Howdy YouTube, today we have a really cool review, and that's because we're taking a look at the DC Comics Multiverse line from Mattel. We've got Superman Doomed. So if you watch a lot of the reviews I put up on my channel, you know I am a big fan of the DC universe, in particular the DC Collectibles 7-inch figures. What I'm not a big fan of is the Mattel Multiverse figures, just the scaling of them, to be completely honest. Having said that, I had to pick this guy up because I'm a huge fan of the Superman Doomed comic. A comic that really, if you're a big Superman fan and you haven't read it, you're doing yourself a massive injustice. One of the better Superman stories I've read, at least in a long time. Without spoiling too much, basically Superman takes down Doomsday. In the process, he gets infected by Doomsday. The Doomsday virus slowly starts transforming Superman into Doomsday. So that's really the essence of the story. It is a fantastic read. The artwork in it is amazing, and I was definitely a huge fan. In terms of this, it comes in the standard DC Multiverse packaging. At the bottom, we have a nice shot of Superman Doomed. One thing I wish is that the figure was a little bit more buff. He is more buff than the standard Superman, but in the comic, he didn't seem to be as large as this for all that long, and that was something that I wasn't the biggest fan of. He is from the New 52. I'm a big fan as well, and I know I've said that about a lot of stuff, but the New 52, I think, have really done an excellent job with the storylines, particularly with the Rebirth storylines that we've gotten lately. A lot of those have been outstanding, to be honest with you. Nice shot there of Superman Doomsday. The read-up on the side of the packaging says, when he destroys the evil Doomsday, Superman is infected with a virus that causes him to mutate and take on Doomsday-like characteristics. On the back, that looks outstanding. I wish at the particular shop I got this guy from, they had all the characters so that I could actually build myself Doomsday. Unfortunately, they did not. They did have the armored Batman from the Batman vs. Superman comic series. Robin, of course. Lex Luthor, the mutant leader. I mean, The Dark Knight Returns, another great story. The Part 3, the trilogy, is also a really good read as well. I really want to get my hands on the mutant leader. I wish they had that. The Supergirl actually has a lot of detail. Lex they didn't have. So with that, let's get Superman Doomed opened up and out of packaging. Okay, and here we have Superman Doomed opened up and out of packaging. You can see that he is being the 6-inch scale, the multiverse line, a lot smaller than the DC Collectibles figures. This guy's not too bad. A lot of the other ones are substantially smaller. At least this guy reasonably fits in, so that is good. You can see the differences between the Doomed Superman and the actual Doomsday. One thing I want to show you guys, and I don't normally do that, but I will bring in the Build-A-Figure piece. This honestly wants me... this honestly makes me want to get the other figures in the set just to build the Doomsday. And the reason for that, so there you have DC Collectibles 7-inch scale Doomsday. This is the DC Multiverse hand. The hand for Doomsday. Has some great detail on it, but it is huge. Look at that. It's almost half the size of the 7-inch scale figure, and to me that looks more like a Doomsday arm than what's on this guy. So having said that, I do want to try and pick up the other figures in this set so I can build myself a Doomsday, a really cool looking figure. Very impressed with that. And just to show you guys as well how big the hand is, we have a multiverse torso. And look at that, that's ridiculous. Look at the size difference. Anyway, we'll keep that for another review. Okay, so let's get on to the actual Superman figure. Now, being a Mattel figure, he is going to have a ton of articulation. Ball-jointed head, ball-jointed arms, swivel in the bicep, bend at the elbow, swivel in the wrist, ab crunch, swivel waist, swivel in the legs, bend at the knee, and then swivel in the ankle as well. So a ton of movement, ton of articulation, which is good. As a figure, he looks fantastic. He does look legitimately really tank. I'll bring it forward so you guys can take a look at the face scan. They nailed that face scan. It definitely is a very, very creepy Superman. I Hopefully you guys can see that. Mattel did a good job. I mean, their figures do feel substantially cheaper and I think look cheaper than the DC Collectibles figures. But then again, I guess that's what you expect when you get the Mattel figures. The price on this guy, he is around the $30 mark from memory, which isn't too bad. It's about standard price, to be honest, for even the Marvel Select type figures. Moving down, you can see detail, obviously, on the belt and everything there. I mean, he does look accurate to how he did in the comics. I love all these Doomsday spikes and everything that are sort of protruding out. They haven't breached the actual Superman suit yet, but you can see they're starting to form. It looks very cool. On the back, we have the trademark Superman cape. It is a decent figure. Okay, so if we see, I guess, the evolution, we have Superman, Doomed Superman, and Doomsday. A pretty cool evolution, a pretty cool figure. If you can get your hands on this guy, I think he is well worth picking up. If you collect the multiverse figures, then this is a no-brainer, yes. If you collect the DC Collectibles figures like myself, then I still think it is worth picking up. He scales reasonably well with some of the other DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. So on that basis, I'm a big fan of this guy, and I hope you've enjoyed this review on the DC Comics Multiverse line, Superman Doomed.